All right, hi, this is Group D. Our project is the Pitch Grader, and our group members are Alex Reese, Luke Lindsay, Will Miller, and Tyler McWilliams. So what is our project? To review, our project is that the University of Alabama baseball team wants a tool to rate baseball pitches. They want this to be done using statistics gathered from the UA baseball team as well as other NCAA college and baseball teams using these statistics. The tool should rate each pitch a pitcher throws, and it should output a score based on 1 to 10 or 1 to 200 based on whichever pitch it is. So to review, in Sprint 1, we had several goals. Our goals were to develop a form of pitch rating calculations and to produce a clickable prototype. We did accomplish both of those goals and also decided to redesign our prototype in React. If you look on the left side, that is our original JavaScript program. Overall, it didn't have the functionality we wanted, but it did achieve everything that the client asked for. In Sprint 2, we set out to develop our prototype in React and to add rating calculations to all pitches, as in our original prototype we only had the four-seam fastball rated. We did accomplish producing the prototype in React, and we added graphs for visuals, got an updated list needs of want from our client, and started developing a Python backend because we decided that it would be much more simple to do the calculations in Python rather than React, as it kind of gets kind of difficult to do these calculations in React.
During Sprint 3, we met with Kaysen again. We got an updated list of needs and wants and just kind of finalized everything we wanted to put into the app. He wanted multiple pitches all at once and make graphs for all of the pitches, and then output an arsenal score, which is just the average of each pitch, and then put into one score. He also wanted a settings page to where if he want the settings change at all, he wants to be able to change them. He wanted, this was like a softer one, he wanted the ability to read in the pitches through an Excel file, which is how he natively gets this data. He wanted the ability to generate PDF reports of all of the pitches that he grades, and he wants to add feedback for pitchers. So during Sprint 3, these were the things we worked on. Entering the CSV and just like getting the grades correctly, that was Alex and Tyler. Calculating multiple pitches, that was mostly Alex. The settings page to change it, that was me and Will. The PDF report was Tyler, and the pitch feedback was Will.
Yeah, so like Luke was just talking about, the settings page was mainly him in terms of the front end, and then for me, I did a lot of the back-end scripting to make that work, and then for the front end data collection and graph display, Alex covered most of that, and then Tyler went in and finished the Excel parsing as well as the PDF generation. So some difficulties we had with Sprint 3. One of the big ones was really trying to implement communication between JavaScript front end and Python back end. We had a pretty easy job kind of just doing our own thing, getting both ends set up, but communication was tough just because I think, at least for me, it was new. Working with some of those libraries to work with React, and then we had some like kind of unknown issues that were kind of our first times dealing with those as well. We did developing a method of calculations, which we kind of talked about in previous sprints. We started off with a very arbitrary selection for how different pitch metrics got graded, and so we had to kind of had a couple meetings with Kaysen, and then eventually came on agreements on some kind of logic that we wanted to implement to actually make these calculations easier. But then, as the third part kind of talks about, we wanted him to be able to adjust the setting on the settings page, like the different goals that we've set now in terms of like whether he decides if a metric should be a maximum or a minimum, or if he's looking for a certain target value. And then lastly, the learning to parse the Excel files and learning to generate and format PDFs took a lot of our time as well. And then this is just kind of some screenshots to show what this kind of Python backend looks like. Like I kind of already discussed, we have an actual calculation format now. That we have a equation that we kind of plug out all these numbers into, which made it easier to adjust, and as well as it's just much easier to calculate and also to store a lot of these values. So
I will go over our product demo now. So this is the homepage of our app. We have the pitch grader. The user is able to punch in the data for each pitch that they want. We have a drop down to select all the pitches that they wanted to have access to. Type in all your metrics, and you can keep adding as many rows as you want to keep adding pitches. And then you also have the option to choose file. You can upload the CSV that the baseball team's machine that captures the pitch metrics. It puts out this CSV, and it will automatically go through the CSV and get the columns that are relevant and load them into the program with everybody's name. And then you can submit, and it will go through the data and it will group all the pitches together by name and type of pitch and put them all on the same graph, along with the scores for the average scores, and compare them. And then on this page, you'll also have the option to download the PDF. Takes a second because I generated so many. And then it will go into your downloads folder. And it will put all the graphs on a separate page in PDF. All right. We also incorporated a settings page where you can select what pitch you want, what hand, and you can go through and change the way that each metric is graded and submit it. And this will update the Python backend and change the metrics in the backend. And then from then on, it will grade based on that. And that is all.